Hi everyone, welcome back to Journey with Steven, and today we are gonna discuss something huge that actually just got released in the press.
Newsroom. Now news just in, the quarantine-free air travel bubble between Singapore and Hong Kong is set to start a month from now on May 26th.
Yes, the air travel between Singapore and Hong Kong, it was really highly anticipated in the past before actually it was called off. So today, I have to say that I already got my flights booked. I don't know why, right? But I feel very positive about this. We are just gonna discuss a little bit more of the details of what to expect when coming to book the air travel bubble flight, as well as what's gonna come next, really. So, I also don't know why, right? But I booked my flight with Singapore Airlines when I am actually with One World, so it would have been better off for me to book with Cathay Pacific, really. But anyways, so there's a lot of details we need to know about, and I'm going to summarize them in these few pointers that was being discussed in the press. So you can go and watch the video. So the press release video will actually be down in the description below, so you can just go and click on the link and go and watch the press release if you really want to. So I will just be talking about the pointers that was being discussed in the press.
We are setting the date 1 month from today announcement, so it's just 26th of May as the target date for launch.
So firstly, they said that it will be set to start on May 26th. So Singapore Airlines Flight 882 will be actually starting the travel bubble with its Airbus A350-900 with a flight time of 4 hours from Singapore to Hong Kong, and then it will actually commence its first operation from Hong Kong to Singapore with Flight 883 on May 28th. So you can actually find more information about it with their breakdown of flights accordingly on their website as well. So that will be linked in the description below.
The bubble will have a cautious start. There will be 1 flight a day in each direction.
So they also mentioned that there will be 1 flight a day in each direction. So the main carriers are actually Singapore Airlines and Cathay Pacific for the air travel bubble flight. So as they mentioned, right, it's actually 1 flight a day. So how this would be actually working forward for this air travel bubble is that as Cathay and Singapore Airlines are the main carrier, they have to take it on intervals for flying passengers to and fro. So when they take intervals, you can expect that such that, like, for example, on the May 26th, Singapore Airlines will be operating its first Singapore to Hong Kong flight. So Cathay Pacific would then be flying the May 27th, and then Singapore Airlines would be flying the May 28th to Hong Kong, so on and so forth. So I hope that this helps, and to kind of help you guys out with visualizing how it actually comes about.
Capped at 200 passengers on each flight for the first 2 weeks. The numbers will then be reviewed.
And then the next pointer is that it will be actually capped at 200 passengers, or capped for 200 passengers on each flight for the first 2 weeks, right? So after the first 2 weeks, you will be able to see both Singapore Airlines and Cathay Pacific running their services simultaneously. So I actually went to the Cathay website and Singapore Airlines website to confirm this. So on the 9th of June, they will actually have flights simultaneously to and fro to operate on this travel bubble. So there are some little details that we need to know about here in this whole air travel bubble.
Request of Hong Kong, they wanted that 1 month so that they can also get more Hong Kongers or Hong Kong residents to get vaccinated before they can travel. So the air travel bubble applies to everyone, but Hong Kong has imposed an additional requirement for outbound Hong Kong travelers. to be vaccinated. But that is a requirement that Hong Kong has put in themselves.
Firstly, the Hong Kong residents or people staying in Hong Kong has to get vaccinated first before they can actually travel on the air travel bubble flight. And if they are coming to Singapore, they have to apply for the air travel pass 7 to 30 days before arrival. However, the people from Singapore or the residents here in Singapore does not need to be vaccinated before actually traveling on this air travel bubble flight. So please don't get complicated between both of the different cities requirement, because Singapore, or the country requirements, because Singapore doesn't need its residents to get vaccinated first before traveling on this air travel bubble flight. So another thing is that you have to note that Singapore Airlines and Cathay Pacific are the main carriers of these air travel bubble flights, and that if you book any other airlines, they are actually the non air travel bubble flights until later, I would reckon, but we'll never know. But the thing is, they are taking these main carriers as the air travel bubble flight. So if you are looking on Google Flights, if you are looking at Skyscanners, you are realizing that Scoot is actually available to fly to Hong Kong, but they are of the cheaper flights as well, but like of the cheaper price range, definitely. But the thing is that they are non-air travel bubble flights, so it means that you have to be subjected to quarantine or like any other regulations that are set by the country itself upon arrival. And this is why you have to be very careful when you're booking your flights to or from Singapore, Hong Kong, right? And also, just something that you might want to know. So when you go onto the Cathay Pacific ticketing website, you will actually realize that they actually give you a prompt which shows that how you can identify the travel bubble flights, which are being marked by its symbol. So for Singapore Airlines, they kind of have the flight numbers, and of course once you booked it, they would actually give you an email to say that, like, to state that your flight is actually on the air travel bubble flight, and these are the various requirements as well that you are needing to comply, which is the pre-COVID swab test. The COVID swab test, I'm so sorry, which is the PCR test. So you got to get that done. And of course, there will be more step-to-step details on how to do it soon. But of course, not now at the moment, because can't pre-book now at the moment. I'm still ahead of time, really. So stay tuned by following my channel, and of course like and comment, and I will try my very best to respond to every comment. And yep, I hope to see you guys on my journey, and let's really hope that this would work out, because I just can't wait to give myself a proper vacation as my graduation gift, really. So yeah, that's it for now. Bye guys.